Yep, there we go. Hi.
There she is. It's so good to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
No, thanks for inviting me. It's lovely to be part of it. So excited for my 15 minutes of fame.
Oh, well, absolutely. Well, we'll have you back, I'm sure, again. So it'll be much longer than that 15 minutes of fame. This is a taster of the fame to come, I'm sure. So Vic, am I right in thinking that you have a presentation?
I do. What's the best way for me to get this up? Do I need to share my screen or?
Yes, but yeah, absolutely. Please do share your screen. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
relatively straightforward. There we go. We can see. Fantastic. I'll let you take it.
Let's see if I can work out how to get it into decent view mode as well. Let's have a look. I
want to tell you how to do that because I actually had a little tutorial myself. If you scroll, if you put your cursor down at the bottom where you can see where you can zoom out. Yeah, it's the presentation little button there.
There we go. Is that right?
Beautiful. Yes, perfect.
We're there, aren't we? That's exciting. Cool. Okay, let's go. Yes, my name's Vix. I'm Director of Membership at IPSE. We're a membership club for anyone that's self-employed, and we have a little tagline that's everything for your self-employed business needs all in one place. So we try and put everything together that you could need and be that kind of single source of truth. And freelancing makes up a huge proportion of our membership. So what I thought I'd do is just kind of give you a real quick snapshot of what it actually means to be freelance. So for many, why is it not moving? I can't change my slide. There we go. I'll probably scoot through 4 or 5 now. But so initially what people think of when they think of freelancing is living the dream, basically taking your laptop, being up a mountain, being on the beach, trekking the world. Some people do achieve this, don't get me wrong, but just to sort of set expectations straight, many people don't quite achieve the total dream of, the money just pouring in whilst you're traveling around the world, having the best life. Since 2020, there's definitely been a bit more of this middle ground, a bit of business up top, party down below, where you can take your laptop, you maybe go work from Mauritius for a month or the Alps, but you're still on the clock. So, you take your nice smart top, look presentable up top, but the minute you sort of slap that laptop down, you're ready to hit the slopes or the beach or whatever. So there is a bit more of that, and that is a little bit more towards the reality of freelancing. But what we tend to find, and these are snapshots of real freelancers. So we do an Instagram takeover every Tuesday where we invite freelancers to show the kind of real reality of what they're doing. And as you can kind of see from these, it generally involves a desk and a computer, probably indoors, although we do have one member that runs a glamping site. And she does that because she just loves the outdoors, but she has to do a lot of indoor stuff as well. But you can kind of see that the general reality of freelancing is you and a table somewhere, probably in the UK most of the time. But the nice thing about being a freelancer is it's really, really varied. So again, this is from our Instagram takeover, and it just kind of gives you a little bit of a snapshot of what their kind of days made up of. For many freelancers, it's actually walking the dog at some point during the day or popping off to the gym. It's a really nice way of blending what you love with work. But if you kind of sort of read some of the bullet points, you can see that there's a bit of sending email marketing, checking in with the team, doing some new business with a new client, catching up with people, but also then sort of preparing sessions. So essentially you're putting on many different hats. So you'll start maybe doing some sales at 9 a.m, 11 o'clock, you'll do a bit of marketing, 1 o'clock after having walked the dog, you'll do some other bits and bobs. So it provides a lot of flex, which for many, many people, it is, a really, really rewarding way to work. And again, the image on the right, you can kind of see that this lady, she's got operations, HR, events, digital products. She's all over the shop, but that's what she gets her satisfaction from. She's always sort of learning and always moving forwards. Just very quickly to give you an idea, the self-employed workforce contributes 278 billion a year to the UK economy. It is so important that we have freelancers in the economy, because especially like now with the difficult times, if companies can't employ lots of staff, freelancers are the perfect way to bring in experts for a short period, deliver a really great project, and then they can leave and move on to a different client. So, you know, it works really well for both sides. And we're seeing quite a few different areas where freelancing is actually growing. One of them is actually university graduates. We're seeing loads and loads of people finishing university, already being a freelancer, you know, instead of during the summer working in Tesco or, you know, the local swimming baths or whatever, they're actually becoming freelancers and building clients, building their skill set, and, you know, never even dreaming of doing a sort of standardized PAYE job, which is amazing. We're seeing huge growth in working parents, especially mothers going into freelance. So probably a bit beyond all you lot, but you know, it's a really great way that if you're having to juggle kids, work, school and everything, you can kind of flex your work around what you need. And also, again, we're seeing that it's a hugely rewarding career for anybody that might have a disability or sit more on that kind of neurodivergent spectrum, because again, you can pick the work up to suit, you know, how you're feeling, how mobile you are. If, you know, for example, you get bored very easily and you need multiple things and multiple stimulation, you know, it's so rewarding that you can tailor your career around your needs. And, you know, we strongly encourage anybody to give it a go because of things like that. So, you know, what it offers, as I've said, great flexibility, who you want to work with, when you want, how you want. It's the dream. You can be a complete expert in one thing. So, you know, it could be that you're a very technical engineer. It could be you're a doctor or, you know, a brickie or anything. You can be a complete expert, or you can be a master of everything, again, to suit your personality. While it can be quite a lonely career, lots of freelancers do collaborate, which is incredible. So they come together on projects to deliver something larger. So there's a lot of opportunity to work with different people. It's a great career if you want to start small and just test the water. It's not for everybody. My next slide will sort of get onto some of the realities, but it isn't a career for everybody. So, you know, if you think it's of interest, start with a side hustle. Make some products, sell it on Etsy, or go around town, you know, picking up, it could be car washing, it could be anything you want at all. But one of the key things it really offers is a lifetime of enjoyable learning. You know, you'll never cease to continue to pick up skills. And then this is why companies like IPSE exist, is because we're here to help you kind of continue that learning and continue that support so that you succeed working for yourself. And then sort of final slide, whilst you've got the good, I think it's always really, really helpful to have the realities really of what it is. You are going to be your own small business, which for some can be a little bit daunting, but it doesn't have to be. It's just understanding, for example, with the finances, a lot of people fall down because they haven't taken a few minutes to just sort of look at, you know, what do you need each month to cover your bills, to be able to socialize. You do need to put into a pension. Again, at your age, that probably seems like it's a million miles off, but I promise you, please do think about your pension, you know, and savings as well. I'm sure one day you want to buy a house. So, you know, what do you need to earn to cover all of this cost? And if you've got a good idea of that from day one, it really helps you build and be a sustainable business. Slightly more boring points is that you do need to think about things such as your trading status. So do you want to be a sole trader or a limited company? You will need to do a self-assessment. They're not things to be bogged down by and to necessarily be worried about, but they're things you just need to think about. And then you can kind of see we've got sales, marketing and well-being. These are kind of the core pillars of being freelance. So you need to think with your sales hat, you know, what am I selling? Is it a product? Is it a service? Do you have a unique selling point? Do you even know how to pitch yourself? You know, if somebody asks you what you do, have you taken a few minutes to go, this is me, this is what I'm selling, and this is why you should work with me. And then, you know, once you've kind of taken your sales hat off and put your marketing hat on, how are people actually going to find you? The internet's incredible. You know, you'll get so much inspiration from that. There's always a new cool platform as well. So, you know, that will always evolve, and that being young, you know, you'll be well ahead of the curve on that. So that's you've got that bit in the bag. The well-being side's often not talked about. So, you know, do please look after your head. You know, it is just you. You gotta do what makes you happy. And something that, again, is never really talked about is that rejection, unfortunately, is a part of being self-employed. You will get some no's. It doesn't have to be a bad thing, but just keep in mind that it will happen. And sometimes it's a really good learning. Sometimes you just need to dismiss it. You know, you'll soon learn how to take rejection, but just keep it in mind. And then the evolution element of it, you don't have to have it all nailed down by day one. Things will change over time. So, you know, if you genuinely think this is a career for you or something you want to try, just get started. You know, make improvements as you go. You might even change what you do, but just give it a go. Some people do have a full-time job and then do their sort of self-employment freelancing on the side initially, because some people are risk averse or they've got big responsibilities, but just give it a go. And then finally, if you genuinely think this is a career for you, we run an incubator, which is delivered online over 12 months. And we give you everything that you could possibly need to get going. So it should be really helpful. And yeah, it's a really rewarding career. I can't speak highly enough of it. I'm always blown away by our members when I hear what they do, and you know, how they kind of just absolutely nail working for themselves. And I think that's my 15 minutes. So if you like the look of IPSE, please do check us out. Any questions, email us at membership@ipse.co.uk, and thanks for having me, I guess.
That was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. I feel like everyone has a really good understanding of like how the lay of the land looks now with freelancing, because it is such a mysterious area that never gets talked about. But so many people, like you said, how many millions of people?
Oh, 200 billion or so. It's a ridiculous amount of people that, you know, I mean, I think there's like 5 million freelancers in the UK. Give or take. So, and it when we have difficult times like now, it actually grows. More and more people are actually going to self-employment when we're in tough economic times.
Exactly. And it is worth a lot of money to the economy. 200 billion. Remember that, guys. Good money stat to throw at people when they doubt it. Thank you so much, Vix. This has been absolutely enlightening. Really appreciate you coming in and talking to us about freelancing.
Thank you very much. I'm sure we'll speak soon.